This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners making five, six, seven, eight, nine, who cares? It's all about impact, isn't it? More share their wisdom. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because transforming possibility leads to reality. So let's get to it. Question number one. Tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is Amanda. I'm a mind body wellness coach, fitness instructor, and certified yoga instructor. And I help people move higher on their own personal happiness spectrum. So I help people realize that happiness isn't as elusive as we once thought it is. And it's something that everybody, even if they have anxiety, depression, even if they're just complacent in their life, everyone can achieve happiness.
So leave that pause there. Everyone can achieve happiness. I love that. That's like a strong pause. That is a great subject. I love it. Question number two. What's the best thing about being in business?
I know it's kind of cliche, but I really like having the freedom to be able not only to travel and all that stuff, because that's great, that's fun, but I have the freedom to express myself. I can share my story. I can utilize my kind of tragic backstory, my tragic superhero backstory to help and inspire others. So I found a way to utilize my experience, my story, my persona in general to inspire other people. And that I really feel like I'm doing what I'm meant to do. And that's, I think, something that's really rare in today's society, that a lot of people haven't found their passion, their purpose. But not only do I love what I do, but I feel like I'm really making an impact, and that's all I ever really wanted. I grew up really wondering what I could do to help the world and wondering what I could do to leave it a better place. So I feel now that I'm in line with that.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a great feeling. So congratulations. Good for you. I love that.
Thank you.
Question number three. Even during this time, because this is unprecedented times, but I keep hearing how business owners are getting so much business that the chaos, especially in this digital space, right? The chaos is causing overwhelm. Tell me your thoughts on that.
I think it absolutely can. Even without this current situation, I think it can cause a lot of overwhelm. I think it can get very confusing, especially if we're not taking care of ourselves. It can get very, we could just drown in our work, and we might love what we do. We might love every single one of our clients, but if we don't have kind of that set, here's what I'm going to do and here's my priorities. If we don't have that priority list, we don't know where to focus our energy, it's going to consume us. And that's something that I always really make sure I discuss when I'm talking to other business owners, when I'm talking to other people about their businesses, is you have to have your priorities straight. And I know that sounds simple and cliche, but especially when we're focusing on the online world, it's, well, where do I put my energy? Do I put my energy in my social media, on my sales page, on, there's always so many different avenues, so many different things that we can get completely and utterly lost amidst it all. And having a clear focus on, okay, this is what I'm going to try right now. Maybe right now I'm going to focus on my social media marketing, or maybe right now I'm going to really focus on building a strong YouTube following, or right now I'm really going to focus on making that strong landing page. Whatever it is, focus on that, see what the results are, and then move to the next thing. So I talk a lot in my program, which isn't as much business oriented as it is life oriented, but I talk a lot about being mindful and the importance of mindfulness. And that translates into the business world. If we're not being mindful of the things we're doing, we're just going to get pulled in by all of these different voices saying, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing ads? Why aren't you XYZ? And it can get very easy if you don't have those priorities and goals clear.
100%. Absolutely love it. Couldn't love it anymore. Any kind of mindfulness is great mindfulness in my book. I love
Agreed.
it. Thank you. Question number four. What other successful business owners like yourself should be on the Unlimited Wisdom podcast?
I think James Patrick, if you haven't had him already, he's the founder of Fitposium. He is a extremely motivated person, very successful, but has a clear head on his shoulders. And I love that. I've worked with him several times. Also, Lori Bischoff, she has a podcast, but she is a life coach as well. And personally and professionally, I really enjoyed working with her. Jay Schiffman has a really great story and business. His backstory is very similar to mine, that he struggled with addiction, he struggled with mental health, and came out on the other side. So I think he would have a lot of insights to offer people as well. Those would be my top 3 picks.
Awesome. Love it. I always love hearing the people that impact other people on, and that everybody knows somebody new. Oh, that's great. I love it. Question number 5. Let's get to the crux of the value, right? Like, what piece of wisdom would you share with other business owners?
Well, it kind of ties into the message that I share with everybody, and that's your business. These things are never more important than your health, your family, and your happiness. So yes, my business is part of who I am. Yes, it's an important part of my life and who I am, but I can never let my business take precedent over my own health and happiness. If I'm taking care of myself, then every other aspect of my life is going to suffer for that, including my business. So my biggest advice to other business owners is make sure that you're not driving yourself into the ground. Yes, I know you're passionate about your business, but you'll succeed whether or not you're putting in 60-hour work weeks and driving yourself into the ground. There's a way to work smart and not hard. I mean, you still are working hard, but you're working smart. You're taking care of yourself so that you have the energy to put into your business. You're having those priorities in your life so that you can still spend time with your family, spend time doing the things you love. And then that passion is going to come out in your business or with your coworkers, whatever the case is. Your passion is going to come out. That happiness is going to come out. And people feel that energy. People want to connect to that energy. So I feel when you're really at your best, your clients, your colleagues, whatever the case is going to connect with that, and they're going to want more of that.
Love that. I absolutely love that. I'm an energy person, so I am 100% with you. And what I'm thinking as you said all that, sales is, to me, it's just an exchange of energy.
It really is.
So I love what you just shared. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Let's switch gears for one quick second, because I always like to bring in something really fun. So many of us talk about business and all that kind of stuff, right? And so what's the most fun vacation you ever had?
Oh gosh. I've went to so many places. I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel to so many awesome places. That's kind of a tough one, but I think there was one, I'm not going to say what, but there was one that actually got me published in the Confessions of Cosmopolitan magazine. So that was a fun story, fun experience. Use your imagination on that one. But I'm going to have to say that my funnest was when I got to go to London as part of a Europe trip that I was doing, and go to the Warner Brothers studio, the Harry Potter studio. I'm a huge nerd. I had a Harry Potter tattoo on my wrist. I love the whole universe. I love the whole world. So when I got to go and see parts of the set and see, walk down Diagon Alley, I don't know how many of the people in here are total Potterheads like me, but I got to walk down like the main street from the movie and everything and see the costumes. And I ended up throwing my partner's phone across the room because he was next to me. He's like, "Hey, babe, look up," and points up, and Aragog, the giant spider, like the animatronic ginormous spider, was right over my head, and I screamed bloody blue homicide, threw the phone across the room. But it was really such a fun memory, such an awesome experience, such a cool way to connect, to I don't want to say my childhood because I wasn't a child when Harry Potter was big, but to that younger, more innocent part of myself, to that magic. It was really cool. And then when I was leaving London for Paris, I didn't realize till I was on the train and I looked at my ticket, I was like, oh my God, we're going to King's Cross Station. That's where platform 9 3/4 is. And I got so nerdy, giddy, excited that was probably the funnest trip I've ever had.
I love it. I love it. See, you practice what you preach or what you teach, because when your energy just like went straight up when you started talking about
Oh, I do. I'm such a nerd. I get really giddy and I'll do all sorts of just random crazy things. I went to California and met the entire cast of my favorite soap opera one time and got to hang out on set. And I just believe that, life in general, the world's a playground and life is the story that we want to write it. And I don't want my story to be boring.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Amanda, for being on. What's the website or the social media site, or how, when people listen to this and watch this, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, if you go to amandawebsterhealth.com, you can check out my program, Happiness Boost. You can connect with me on Instagram, YouTube. I've been interviewing some different celebrities about mental health. I've got Billy Bob Thornton, Eric Bischoff, Joe Cross, a whole bunch of different people that have been coming on and talking with me, having that important conversation about mental health. Of course, Instagram at Amanda Webster Health.
Love it. This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners making 5, 6, 7, 8, they're just sharing their wisdom globally and creating impact. Thanks for joining us.